Laura from HopZine.com. Thanks for joining me for another video beer review. This time we're looking at a collaboration between Lervig from Norway and Magic Rock from Huddersfield in the UK. It is their Farmhouse IPA, as it says on the bottle, with funky flavours, 6% ABV. So this is an IPA hopped with Citra Centennial. I don't know if there's any more, but that's what they mentioned on their blog. And it's also had Brettanomyces added. Lervig are a decent size, I think. The blog said they're pretty much 10 times as big as Magic Rock. So a decent size regional brewery in Norway. I guess the thing that people will probably know them for, they brew a number of beers from Mikkeller nowadays, most notably their big beer geek range, so Big E Brunch Weasel, Big E Breakfast, Big E Bacon, blah blah blah. All those fantastic beers are now brewed at Lervig. I have had the Big E Brunch Weasel since it moved over to Lervig from Nürgner, and it was absolutely stonking. So looking forward to this. Big thanks to Rich over at Magic Rock for handing me over a couple of bottles of this to try. It's my first Lervig beer. I did actually see a few, what they might have, I think there were a couple of Mikkeller collabs before they moved over production over there, and maybe a few other beers as well at GBBF, but I mean, there's so many bloody beers at GBBF. I mean, I need to take 4 cases every year, so one just isn't enough for all the beer I want to buy. So I didn't get the chance to buy any that day. I'll leave most of the sediment in there. I think it's, yeah, it looks like it's the sediment in there. So beer in the glass, very hazy, perfect orange colour, looks like IPA, so a perfect IPA colour. A nice, slightly orange tinted white head, but that's probably just the beer underneath it, kind of shining through, so let's give it a sniff. That's beautiful. Oh, that was storming, that's fantastic. It's got a real lovely fresh orange note. That's quite a prominent aroma. Tin mandarins, then a lovely big kind of like a peach and apricot Danish, or some kind of like peach and apricot tart. It's got this lovely pastry back note in there, like a sweet pastry. Yeah, lovely. Slightly, yeah, peach and apricot tart with kind of like a creme anglaise or something, because it does have a slight kind of creamy note. The Brett is definitely in there. It's as some people say, it's a bit pissy. It does smell a bit like public toilets, I like to say. Maybe sometimes it like a urinal cake or kind of washing powder, because there's a fragrance to it, but then also there's this kind of odd kind of ammonia thing going on. And that is in there, but it's kind of tucked away nicely. There's loads of flavours of fruit going on in there though. Loads of melon, gooseberry. There's a hint of white pepper in there. Yeah, lovely melon note. It's beautifully balanced, it's got a lot going on. It's really inviting, it's really intriguing, it smells great. Anyway, so enough waffling, get a bit more drinking done. Cheers, thanks Rich. Oh, that's lovely. That's really good. That's just it's, as the nose was kind of promising, perfectly balanced. Everything's got its place. It is a relatively bitter beer, beautifully clean, crisp flavours. More on the kind of like quite heavy grapefruit. There's a floral note in there. There's a bitter, sharp lemon zest in there. Yeah, and the bitterness does kind of arrive quite quickly. Yeah, lemon zest, grapefruit flesh. More than the sweeter notes that it was kind of like promising on the nose. Yeah, it's bitter. Runs through it. Maybe, lemongrass. The back end becomes really sharp, pithy, dry, lemon rind, orange pith. Very floral. That Brett's coming in at the back end, maybe a hint of bubble gum. Once again, it's that Brett now, what that kind of says public toilets a little bit, but in the best possible way. A clean public toilet at least. It's just what Brett brings to beers like this. Definitely stand this alongside beers like from the likes of Crooked Stave, Anchorage. This is a little bit more simple, but in fact this came in a big painted glass bottle from Anchorage. It wouldn't feel out of place. It was definitely along those lines of some of the hopped up kind of Brett beers they've done. Same goes for HopZine. Maybe goes a little bit far on the Brett, but also balances out with a lovely amount of hop flavour. This is a lot more bitter than that. This is definitely more IPA than kind of like saison. Because Farmhouse Ale, what is that? I mean, Farmhouse IPA it's meant to be kind of like saison-like. So it's not really. It's got a lovely kind of Brett character in there, but at its heart, this is most certainly an IPA. First and foremost, without any doubt, that is stunning. That's just really good. I'm gonna have to buy more than this. Where are you selling it, Rich? I'm gonna have to do some hunting, because that's really, really good. So that's Farmhouse IPA, 6% ABV, brewed over at Lervig in Norway in collaboration with Magic Rock. Fantastic stuff. Keep your eye out for this. I think that it's not the last time you're going to see this beer. Get online, get on Magic Rock's website, Beer Ritz, the regular outlets in the UK. Do not pass up this opportunity. Buy this fantastic beer. If this is what Lervig can produce, obviously in tandem with Stuart from Magic Rock, I would like to drink some more Lervig beer, because that's a really nice IPA. Anyway, I'm Rob from HopZine.com. See you next time. Cheers.